Welcome everybody to the World Cup final of 1966, Wembley Stadium in all its glory, Her Majesty the Queen taking her place, and this is the way England will be lining up in their first World Cup final. Gordon Banks in goal, George Cohen, Jackie Charlton, the captain Bobby Moore and Ray Wilson make up the back line. Nobby Stiles, Bobby Charlton and Martin Peters across the centre, Alan Ball, Geoff Hurst and Roger Hunt completing this England lineup. Bobby Moore, one of the youngest skippers in world football, and Uwe Seeler, the skipper of West Germany, who have never beaten England. And this is the way they line up today. The goalkeeper is Tilkowski, the back line of Hutchis, Schultz, Weber and Schnellinger. Beckenbauer, what a revelation the number 4 has been. Helmut Haller, one of the top goal scorers, and Overath in the centre. Uwe Seeler, Sigi Held and Lothar Emmerich. And that is the way West Germany will line up against England here today in front of a mightily expectant crowd. The nation has been waiting for this day for a long, long time. And we're just about set to go with the referee from Switzerland today, Mr. Gottfried Dienst, about to blow the whistle. What a day in the history of football for the host nation. Close to 100,000 people here in Wembley Stadium, all expectant. But in many ways, a lot of pressure on the host nation. There's only one nation ever won in their own country, and that was Italy back in 1934. And here we are in 1966 with the first free kick of the game awarded to England, which will be taken by Ray Wilson, and he'll just prod the ball out to the skipper Bobby Moore. Such an elegant player, but Joe Royle, expectancy so high today for the entire nation.
Well, it's grown and grown, John, as the tournament's got on, and now with home advantage, dare I say, England are favourites for this.
We shall see over the course of the next 90 minutes as Germany attempt to move the ball forward, and here is Beckenbauer. Looks for a return ball, but it's straight to George Cohen, and then Moore, who seems to turn up almost everywhere on the field.
He does, and as a centre-half or a central midfield player, it doesn't matter to him. He's such an accomplished footballer, so great on the ball. And of course, with 3 West Ham players in the team, there's an awful lot of knowledge that what Bobby Moore's going to do once he gets the ball.
Yes, a lot of support from the East End of London in particular here today at Wembley, as they do bring the ball out on a beautiful playing surface on a lovely day as well here.
As you said, John, Bobby Moore is everywhere. He's just turned up in three positions, and we've only been going minutes.
This is Wolfgang Weber, decides to leave the throw into Schnellinger with AC Milan, of course, these days, having moved on there from Roma last year. Deep ball played to the heart of the defence where Jackie Charlton was there covering, and is there again, but this one is going to dribble out harmlessly from Sigi Held, who has scored in this tournament. He netted in the 5-0 victory over Switzerland. That was a great start to the World Cup for West Germany, and of course both these sides unbeaten coming into the final.
England have to be a little bit tighter there as well. If he has the room to turn and strike on goal, he'll get one on target, believe me.
Gordon Banks with the clearance, has been beaten only once, of course. That was that Eusebio penalty for Portugal in the semi-final. And here they do have an opportunity with Emmerich taken up down this touchline by Held, the Borussia Dortmund player. He'll get the cross in, danger to the England goal right away, but the ball was played across the 18-yard area, cleared quickly to Roger Hunt. He's had a good tournament as well, the Liverpool striker.
Oh, a terrific striker and a great workhorse for the team. A lot of sympathy for Jimmy Greaves, of course, who's not starting today. But Roger Hunt fully deserves his position.
Yes, if somebody had said before the tournament that Jimmy Greaves wouldn't play in the final if England got there, well, I think people would have been very surprised indeed. Anyway, that's the way it's turned out. They've already been nicknamed the wingless wonders, this England side, forged by Sir Alf Ramsey. And that's a deep ball in there, looking for Seeler. He's got a wonderful goal-scoring record. There he is, the striker who spent his entire career with the Hamburger club. The crowd already making a lot of noise here, crammed into the Wembley Stadium, which has seen many great matches, but this surely the greatest ever. Moore sliding it down the line. Bobby Charlton I used the word elegant a moment ago. Bobby is certainly that.
Oh, that and more, John. He's world class. If you look at his record, he's played for England in 3 different positions, as an out-and-out number 9, as an outside left, and now a midfield player.
Just 4 minutes on the clock, and England monopolising the ball at the moment with Charlton. Gracefully into Styles, who tried to get a shot in the very first minute. More about that in a moment. This one does pick out Hunt. Styles actually scored the winning goal against Germany when these sides met only a few months back. 1-0 it was then. England would settle for that today. Anyway, here we go with Held. More menace coming. Jack Charlton, the defender in front of him, forcing him to play the ball back, and that's skewed off the outside of the right boot of Lothar Emmerich.
Yes, a magnificent left foot as Lothar Emmerich, but as most left footers, his right foot is certainly not as good, and high, wide and handsome.
Moore's ball is to Hurst, who's been such a revelation since he came in this World Cup, scoring that winning goal against Argentina. And England continue to press here with the irrepressible Alan Ball, another revelation. One player from Blackpool in the starting lineup. Many felt that Jimmy Armfield was a little bit unlucky to lose his spot at right back to George Cohen.
Certainly a very close thing between him and George Cohen. I think Alf's been loyal to George Cohen, who's never let him down, but I agree with you, Jimmy Armfield also would have done the job.
Big Jack Charlton with the throw-in, finding Styles. It breaks here to Cohen. Charlton, of course, only a recent addition. He made his debut just before his 30th birthday, so it's taken him a long time to establish himself in the England side. But a good foil for Moore. He plays it forward here again. Styles bobs up in the centre circle. Out wide again, plenty of good running up front, but this should be harmless and will be seen out. Oh, it wasn't, in fact. It was played safely out by Willi Schulz, and then back to Tilkowski, the goalkeeper from Borussia Dortmund, who was the German Footballer of the Year. Recently named as the elegant Beckenbauer becomes involved. But this one breaks handily for Bobby Charlton. Amazing to see 2 brothers playing in such a prestigious game as Styles powers forward again. He's got the shot on the mind. Not convincingly cleared. But this is longer and breaks for Schulz. Strong, dominant, and always willing to have a crack at goal as well. This will spin out a fancy over the top of Banks, and this will produce a corner kick for West Germany. The only time they've ever not lost to England was in the very first meeting when they managed a 3-3 draw, and that was back in 1930, the year of the inception of the World Cup. Corner kick from Haller in the old go, but it is an English clearance which is effective up as far as Hurst. Little touch back from him, and now they go forward again with Hunt. Delightful ball out here to Nobby Styles in the outside right position. He'll float one across here. Tilkowski just gets fingers to it. It only breaks to Bobby Charlton, however, and it's a lob from him. Hurst was coming in. Tilkowski just does enough, but West Germany under a lot of pressure there before the referee will blow the whistle for a push. But that was probably the best we've seen from England so far.
Certainly the best moment so far. The challenge on the goalkeeper is a point of contention really as to whether the goalkeepers get away with it, but it looks like the goalkeeper is hurt, so we'll accept that it was a foul.
Yeah, concern for the referee. Gottfried Dienst. What a prestigious moment for him as well to be selected to referee the World Cup final. He's having a little smile and a chat with Uwe Seeler. Of course, West Germany won it in 1954, but only Uruguay, Italy and Brazil have won the Jules Rimet trophy apart from them. So if England were to win today, they'd become just the 5th nation to do so. Bit of concern here for Tilkowski, but he's nodding his appreciation of the concern shown by Willi Schulz.
Well, it was a collision, John, but I wouldn't call it an outrageous foul. There was just a ball to be won and a challenge in the air.
Well, Tilkovsky, who enjoyed his birthday last week, apparently. He was 31. And he is making up for the disappointment of the World Cup in Chile when he was dropped on the eve of the very first game that West Germany played there, which I know upset him a great deal.
Yes, it'd be a big upset to get over that.
Well, look at that crowd. He'll be okay, I'm pretty sure. Bang in the mouth by the look of it, on the shoulder. But the 31-year-old goalkeeper says, I'm all right, we'll carry on. And play will resume with this free kick for West Germany. So coming up to 10 minutes played, Joe, and very even contest.
Very even, no real danger at either goal. Both sides feeling their way into the game. Probably England slightly more fluid at the moment, but Germany always dangerous, of course, with top players.
Touch back inside for Charlton, who uses his neck to control the ball there, knocks it down, plays a good looking ball out to the left hand side to Peters, and it's a Peters shot, and Tilkovsky is definitely okay. Scrambles it to safety.
Yes, a shot from Martin Peters there, the ghost who goes into the box at West Ham. Certainly the first dangerous moment of the game.
And again, the English fans are expected, but this one is ballooned away by Hurst, not one of his better efforts, the West Ham United striker, who actually started out as a wing half, but very much a striker these days. He's had a brilliant season. He scored 40 times for West Ham United domestically. Little chat with the referee here. Blows the whistle again, and the ball will be played back by Schnellinger, 27 years of age now. He was selected in the World Cup Dream Team in 1962. It's his third World Cup. It's England having to defend here as the ball is, well, there's a stooping header which will go out amongst those photographers massed behind the net.
Yes, they're all out in full order today. The photographers from all over the world at this game. Probably the biggest game in the world so far.
And they've probably got the best view. What a terrific it is. Anyway, it's Beckenbauer. Free kick here for West Germany. Not dangerous as it turned out. England well organised, as they have been throughout the tournament, just conceding that once. So both sides defensively have been rock solid. This is a good little run from Ball. Finds support here in the shape of Peters, who's already had a couple of efforts, and this one will dribble wide, but it means that England are getting slightly on top and getting more shots in.
Getting closer all the time, and he kept it low, and a good effort from the England midfield player.
As Germany attempt to get into the opposition half, the referee running across there, I was wondering if he was going to give the free kick, and indeed he did. Already taken by Zähler. Haller. Now Schnellinger. Ziggy held. Always menace when he has the ball at his feet, and he'll float this one across. Oh, it's a poor header from Wilson though, and West Germany score the first goal of the World Cup final, and it is that man, Helmut Haller. A rare mistake indeed from Ray Wilson. I don't think he's made an error throughout the entire World Cup, but that certainly has to go down to defensive frailty. Poor header from Wilson.
A poor header under no real pressure, and as you say, John, he's an immaculate player normally, but that goes down to him. I mean, the goalkeeper might be slightly late going down Gordon Banks, but it was a poor header from Ray Wilson.
It's Helmut Haller's sixth goal of this World Cup, but what a decisive one, and West Germany lead by a goal. And England had most of the ball. The only good thing for them, I suppose, is there's plenty of time still to recover, and the referee leaps over the ball, and it's sparked another West Germany attack here with that man Haller, who scored twice against Switzerland, twice against Uruguay, once against the Soviet Union, and now as well against England. It's a warning signal.
It was a good strike too. It was a shot that could easily have gone over the bar. He wasn't on the greatest of balance, but he's obviously a top player, Hallen, and a top finisher.
West Germany coming on strongly there. There's more to the rescue. Back with Schultz, another Hamburger player like Zela. This one does break more fortuitously for England, who will set things in motion via Martin Peters. Like Hurst, the West Ham United stalwart, as the effort in, but ricochets out, and this will go out. Arms raised by the West Germans saying goal kick, and referee Dienst agrees with them.
Yeah, the German side quite happy to drop off from midfield and say, you know, you come and try and beat us in our own box and then try and hit England on the break.
There has been one similarity in terms of selection policy by these two sides, in that West Germany have used only 14 players, England only one more than that, so there's been consistency of selection from both Helmut Schön and from Alf Ramsey. Only whistle at the moment, and Styles is, well, that's nothing unusual, having a little chat with referee Dienst. As West Germany move forward with Beckenbauer again. What a wonderful tournament he's had. He's as likely to score a goal as the strikers. Bobby Charlton, you could say the same about him. A long raking pass, just has a little bit too much on it, I fancy, and it is clear that Hunt was applying pressure.
Yes, he was. Roger Hunt's running all day, as usual, a very hard-working player. And England keep possession, obviously deep in the half of the German side.
Not trying to build again through Hurst and Charlton, but it is Germany who come away with Schultz. He's seen quite a lot of the ball so far in this game, but this one dribbles out. Picked up by one of the ball boys are being used here today. And what a day for them. It's a day they'll never forget. They'll be telling their grandchildren in years to come, I was at Wembley Stadium on the day of the World Cup final. Charlton leaves this one to Cohen, such a stalwart at Fulham, of course, winning his 30th cap today. Nice little flick header on. They'll have to be resolute here with the German defenders, and it is Weber who clears. Peters looking for support on the edge of that 18-yard zone. And the Germans come away unscathed, but there's nobody to pick this one up, so it is Moore who canters across it almost leisurely. Bobby Moore often looks leisurely, but he covers a lot of ground.
He's a very elegant player. He will always look good, but he not only looks good, he is good. Much the same as Beckenbauer. Plays the same role. He's loose. He can be loose at times as a centre half and also break into midfield.
So I think you'd say the same about both of them. They read the game well.
Yeah.
Germany's opportunity to strike again. How significant will that Haller goal be? He's the man on the ball now, the striker from Bologna. Nice little tuck back here, but it should favour Ball, who's inexhaustible and taken down. Obvious free kick for the referee from Switzerland to award.
Alan Ball rumoured to be moving to another club after this final. There's a number of top flight clubs interested in him.
Yes, arguably has been the find of the tournament. And England have only made a couple of changes from that list last meeting with the West German side when Styles got the winner. Only Keith Newton and Norman Hunter missing out, with Ray Wilson and Martin Peters coming in from that lineup. As Haller takes possession again, but he will be robbed of the ball, which drops at the feet handily of Bobby Charlton. Clever ball from Charlton there. He looked one way and played it the other.
Yes, he did. He does that quite regularly, apparently, but the ball went out of play, so Germany back in possession. And I suppose they will feel quite comfortable at the moment.
So they should. They lead by a goal approaching the 18-minute mark, and that's hit long. Tilkowski does have a good kick on him. Charlton winner. He can kick like a mule. Moore, perhaps in the most advanced position we've seen him so far. This will certainly be a free kick again, right under the nose of...
Practiced and engineered in the East End of London. Of course, many times West Ham. Bobby Moore to striker, but they're very, very, very mobile.
I think Jeff Hurst lost his marker there, and it's a blow that England needed to strike, and they are back level. What a final we've got here at Wembley. As Ball is on the ball again, and then Hurst. He really has made his mark in these World Cup final matches. So the crowd breathed some relief there. They didn't expect to go behind maybe to this West German side. Schnellinger picking himself up. The ball again with the goalkeeper. I said he's got a prodigious kick on him as the goalkeeper Tilkovsky. Let's see how far he gets this one. Well, it's within about 10 yards of the 18-yard area, so it was a long clearance. Schnellinger turning up in the centre circle now. Oh, almost beating his own captain away there. He blocked off Saylor, who continues the movement with Siggy Held, taking on Jack Charlton, also taking on Peters, but enough Englishmen around to cope, and it is Charlton's left boot that eventually clears the danger. Then Hutchis, who made his debut only last year in that 1-1 draw that West Germany had with the Italian side. Now Haller, who's been one of the top marksmen alongside the likes of Eusebio throughout this World Cup. Now Beckenbauer wriggles away from the attentions of Ball. Second time Haller will knock it across towards the penalty spot, but it's away first time, and England come away unscathed.
Yes, I would think England are quite happy with West Germany knocking long balls in and high balls, where Charlton is supreme in the air and will win most of them, but it's when they are breaking and the ball's on the floor that the German side are really strong.
A crucial win of the ball here from Horst-Dieter Hutchis as well, a man from Werder Bremen. But England are still coming on strongly here. It's a cracking contest, it really is, and that one will go through to the goalkeeper. Almost fruitful, not quite. Brought out by Schultz. So distinctive, these West German white shirts and black shorts. England in the unusual colour of red today, but they'll be hoping it's fortuitous for them. This one's knocked into a danger zone. I'm sure Ray Wilson wants to make up for that rare error from him. Been a great acquisition for Everton, and of course who won the FA Cup final against Sheffield Wednesday not too long ago. But Ray Wilson is a composed character. So Banks, who's had another outstanding season for Leicester City, started his career at Chesterfield. And this is a good win of the ball as well in the midfield for Germany, but he was not allowed to continue there over because the referee had awarded him the free kick already. But it's taken now. Well, the cheaper loss, but the referee saying, please take this one again. And a yellow card results in it for Peters. That was why there was the hold-up. So it's the first caution of this final. And it goes to the West Ham United player. And Schnellinger will try and find a colleague with this one. It's an opportunity for West Germany to take the lead again. And Banks makes really his first save of this match, I would say. The downward header not strong enough to beat him there, but a warning to the English.
Well, a warning indeed, because what the Germans did is they isolated Jack Charlton and keep that ball well away from him, and of course he's England's best header of the ball defensively, so they have to be aware of that.
Here's the other Charlton, Bobby from Manchester United. Looks for a return ball, just didn't land for him, but it does land for Cohen. Well, I think Charlton might have done better with that one, but that is a typical fullback shot.
Yeah, we won't put that down as a shot, it's a mistake.
George Cohen, a very rare goal scorer throughout his 10 years with Fulham. And the photographers at the other end of Wembley Stadium there with an equally good view, but rather more sparse in number. It's great to have such a lovely afternoon for such a major occasion. Good turn. Saylor again, who will hit this one long. Is it long enough? Oh, it just eluded Haller, who'd come in from a right wing position but was indeed offside.
Offside indeed. I think that the England back four were very aware that he was offside and didn't chase him at all, knowing that.
Schnellinger now, side-footed ball, but an accurate one over to that right-hand side. Saylor has come back a long way to involve himself in the move. This is better from West Germany. Still 1-1, of course, after that early opener from Haller. Well, that's a bit wayward and a gift to Gordon.
An unusually straight ball from Overath, who's a terrific midfield player.
Yes, he is. Overath from the Cologne club. Haller working hard, always a menace. Finds his colleague over here, Emmerich. Held with the opportunity to cross one, and it's a deeper ball this time, and there is Zähler. But unlike the last occasion when he did force Banks into the save, this time the West German captain misses the target.
Uwe Zähler, not the tallest of strikers, but outstanding in the air. Excellent timing. Jack Charlton pulled into a wide position, and there was nobody big enough or handy enough to handle Zähler. So Germany slightly ahead on points, I would say, at the moment of the two sides.
Well, the ball is in the other half of the field now with Hurst. He's clipped on the ankle actually there. So the referee does give the free kick, and he's got time to find Nobby Stiles in space. Equally so here, out to Alan Ball, and Ball across the 18-yard area will go for the shot. Anything could have happened there. As it is, it drops to the left foot of Bobby Charlton, and he'll have a strike, and Tilkowski does have to make the save. First time they've seen Bobby Charlton with a menacing attempt.
Yes, and notoriously two-footed, kept the ball low, good strike on goal, but a decent save from Tilkowski.
Well, the two number 9s capture the eye there, and it is Zähler once again, but it breaks for Cohen. Always looking up front for Hurst and for Hunt, who leads the chase here, but the ball will get through as far as Tilkowski. Safely dealt with, and the man he finds is Beckenbauer. Slide rule pass from Franz Beckenbauer to Uwe Zähler. Zähler's ball is good. Haller was coming, but the reaction there of Banks, absolutely excellent. Had to get that right. This is Bobby Charlton again, and tries to pierce that German back line. As it breaks to Schultz. Better from West Germany this, and they do have the chance with Emmerich to get there, but immaculate from Jack Charlton, except that the referee didn't like it. Well, no doubt the Leeds United man will feel he won the ball fair and square.
Well, I think he had a point there, and it looked slightly harsh, but the referee's given it.
Where do you think he wants that free kick taken? He's pointing to the ball, he's pointing to the ground, and woe betide anybody not taking it from the right place. Anyway, the free kick was taken, and it's not produced anything as yet, as Schnellinger pumps the ball across there in the direction of Zähler. It breaks rather well for the English now. It was Hunt. Always they look to Bobby Charlton to provide the inspiration and the piercing ball through the centre, but he's lurking now. May get on the end of something here. So might Hunt have done, but he was well covered by Weber. Watching which way this throw goes. It goes to England. It's still a very good contest this, as England press the ball into the penalty area up first time. And arms raised. But this combination of Hurst and Hunt has developed throughout the tournament.
It has, it's got better. They're both workhorses, they're both good finishers, and they're both very prolific in their own clubs.
Once again, Tilkowski shows how far he can clear that ball. There always seems to be somebody like Bobby Moore underneath it, is the case there. That's a good break for West Germany here, and well, there you go, Bobby Moore in the way, chesting the ball down this time. Then finding Charlton, a bit of room to manoeuvre here for the Manchester United player. Maybe too wide for the shot, plays a dangerous ball in, and Weber had to be very alert there to steer it away from Hunt.
Good play from England there. Bobby Charlton with his famous shuffle. He tends to go, he looks to go inside, but he goes outside and crosses the ball.
Corner from Ball, and well, it's a routine catch for the keeper. And a routine throw out as well to spark another West Germany raid. England funneling back. Emmerich in. Then Beckenbauer slides beyond the opponents, but it is picked up by England and by Peters. Support arriving down the left-hand side now. The West Germany defence all back, defending as they have done well throughout the tournament. They kept clean sheets against Switzerland and Argentina and Uruguay. So the goal England scored today was only the third they've conceded. And here will be a more shot. It's well off the mark from the captain of England, but it promised much.
Well, you've said again, John, that he does play a number of positions. He's playing as a holding midfield player at times, as a centre half at times, and there you see the other side of him. He broke forward. It wasn't his best of finishes.
Only the Soviet Union and Spain had scored a single goal against West Germany before this final. But they both scored today, so we're in for a smashing occasion as we move towards 30 minutes played. An exciting hour to come, I'm sure. England moving back this time to cover their tracks. It was Weber, now it's Zähler. Look how many red shirts you can see in your picture there. 5 at least. But Helmut Haller on the ball now. West Germany probing here, looking for an opening as it's played back to Overath. Chance of an intervention from an England player, and ball is everywhere. He's all over the park. But the referee again not happy with the Blackpool player, and the Blackpool player remonstrating with the man who really matters.
Well, Ball has to be a little bit careful there, because the referee will certainly not tolerate too much of that.
I think that ball could have gone out if Zähler got a touch on it. Anyway, they weren't taking any chances, so Wilson drives it infield to Moore. England looking forward to get forward quickly. They've got to pierce that West German back line though, and it's Peters who loses the ball this time. A Beckenbauer intervention, and then here goes Held. 3 red shirts around him, including the Charlton brothers. There they go, and it is Jack Charlton who stabs it away into the path of ball. 31 minutes played. England 1, West Germany 1. Once again, Hunt getting involved, and Styles as well. This is promising for England. Styles could only find the defending of Schultz too strong for him though. Throw in. I think there was a shout about a handball, but it wasn't a too vociferous shout, I don't think. The referee's a very fit chap, isn't he?
He certainly wants to be seen.
It looks as though he wanted to take the throw in himself there. Officials so important. And the refereeing team is made up today of Tofik Bakhmarov from the Soviet Union and Karol Galba from Czechoslovakia, along accompanying referee Dienst from Switzerland.
Game's very spread, John, with both sides dropping off as deep as they do to defend. There's very little confrontation in midfield, and then it gets into the box and then both sides start defending properly. But it's a very wide open game at the moment.
Yes, although it's one apiece, many of the defenders have excelled. Wilson, unfortunately, the one who made the error for the English to go behind, but they've hit back here with that Hurst equaliser to the Helmut Haller goal. And it was important for England to hit back so quickly as they did. But they are the ones on the move forward now with Charlton. Uses that left foot to find Cohen and bringing the Fulham full-back into play. A cross ball here, no doubt interesting. Hunt and Hurst. And it's picked up by Styles. He'll try to reverse it into the danger area. Chances there, and the ball simply had to be hacked away any old how.
Panic in the German penalty area there, but unfortunately for England, none of their players around to gather the loose ball.
Hurst is very much the focal point of the attack though. He's slightly taller than Hunt. And, this one is cleared by Schultz as far as Emmerich. Haller has come across from his duties on the right flank to instigate another move involving Held. Might just hold up on the turf here at Wembley, but not quite. You'd think it could be so easy for a player to get injured with the presence of those cameramen so close to the goal line.
I don't think I've ever seen so many cameramen at a football match.
Well, it is the biggest occasion of the footballing calendar, of course, the World Cup only started in 1930 in Uruguay, with the home nation winning that first tournament. Two-time winners Uruguay, of course. And two-time winners Italy, but it's England here looking to win it for the first time. It was a rather calm, lobbed effort from Peters.
Very comfortable for Tilkowski, who launches the ball nearly into the England box.
He seems to find the same blade of grass every time with those clearances, and he also seems to find more on the end of them. Chance for England here again. Quickly nipped in the bud by West Germany. 35 minutes almost played here at Wembley Stadium. As I mentioned, in the presence of Her Royal Majesty the Queen, who will have the honour of presenting the trophy. And I don't think it's too partisan to say that she'll be hoping she presents it to the team in red. But anyway, they are represented here by Bobby Charlton, lifted into the danger zone. Tilkowski's fists have come to the fore before today.
Yeah, it looked a comfortable catch for him really, but he's punched it well, and then Germany break. Haller with the ball.
Yeah, and always distinguishable by those rolled up shorts. Beckenbauer also distinguishable by the way he moves forward. Finding Held, chance here, Cohen covering. It is Held, will he get the shot through? Not first time. Well defended, Styles back, supplementing his work, but that's a rather loose ball which Cohen has to deal with under pressure there from Held. England still under pressure here, and they can't afford to make mistakes here with Siggy Held trying to get a cross in, and it is Charlton to the rescue.
Charlton taking no chances there, slid the ball out of play after Ball and Cohen have both made a bit of a problem for themselves by losing the ball around their own box. Good defending by Jack Charlton.
Yes, the Leeds United man who used to work down the coal mines. What happy playing football, I imagine, as just West Germany take this corner kick. Who is it going to fall? Banks makes a terrific save. Still a chance here for Emmerich, and Banks is there a second time. A crucial moment, you would feel, in this game here, with Gordon Banks managing to effect the first stop and the second.
Two top saves. I've got to say that the first one, you see the agility of Banks, and the second one, the bravery of Banks, diving at feet to collect the ball.
And the positioning as well. I've seen some great goalkeepers here during the course of this 1966 tournament. Charlton. And then Cohen. Jack Charlton has got forward as well here, and it is an England opportunity if this ball is kept in play, but there was a push. He's very demonstrative, this referee. It leaves no doubt as to what he's awarding.
He's having a good game.
It's the throw this time from Tilkowski, and he finds Haller as well. It was a good throw. Beckenbauer, who was often listed as a defender, he sort of brought a new dimension to world football as Franz Beckenbauer, with the way he gets forward so often, and his goals have been a real bonus. 4 he scored.
Well, he's very elegant. He sits in front of the back four as a spare man, and then runs forward with the ball, which gives the opposition midfield problems. Do they go with him, or do they just drop off and pick him up later?
Well, that was another crucial clearance, as the ball was knocked in there from Held, and Ray Wilson helping to make up and atone for that early error. But it's going to be a West Germany corner, conceded here with 38 minutes played, and it is Haller who will deliver this one into the danger area. The fists of Banks to the fore. England's goalkeeper impeccable so far.
A terrific punch, well out of his own box and out of danger. Germany get the ball back in their own half.
With that man Beckenbauer again. He's at the heart of everything that's good about West Germany, you feel.
He's a terrific player. I mean, he's England's Bobby Moore, if you like. They're both very elegant players, both defend and both break with the ball.
Turn back this time by Overath. Good movement off the ball here from West Germany as well, but a poor intended pass here. That's unlike Schnellinger, really. Karl-Heinz Schnellinger, who moved from Roma to Milan last year. In his third World Cup. That says a lot about him. If you're playing 3 World Cups, you've got to be a very, very good player.
And very fit.
Very fit indeed, as these fellas are. There's nobody fitter than Alan Ball, I feel. Anyway, he's managed to find Styles in here, the number 4. Charlton sizing up the options, but he only found the back heel of the defender there. It's a scrambled sort of a clearance. And away they come with Uvizela. So powerful, and he makes it up ground quickly as well. He'll be supported by Held, looking for a right-footed shot here. It was blocked off, but decent try from Siggy Held.
Siggy Held's probably been Germany's most dangerous player. He plays off the left, but he's always coming in on his right foot. And really, they've got to deal with that, England. They could do with stopping him earlier than letting him run round the box.
Hunter just kept this ball in play to threaten to run out over the sideline there from Moore's pass. Schultz will just nudge it back to Tilkovsky. A couple of bounces of the ball, as goalkeepers do, and then he's decided this is a better option than just kicking the ball willy-nilly into the other half of the field. As we approach half-time, it's flown by. Beckenbauer, and then Haller. Beckenbauer was threatening to move on to that one, but it is Styles who won it. Moore who advances with the ball.
At this stage, John, the score reflects the balance of the game. I don't think either side have been at their best yet, and quite honestly, 1-1 is just about right.
This is important for Charlton to get it right, and Moore it was in fact in the end who he covered the ground to get across there to effect what was a challenge of paramount importance to the English cause. It's Ball who will move forward sharply now. He'll have support on the right from Coyne. Oh, it just clips his heel, and that stymies the move really here for the Fulham fullback, who tries to continue it and does win the throw-in. Ball again, confronted by 3 white shirts, looks to get the space for a cross or a pass to anybody who might be in his vision. And the one who is Charlton. Not a bad ball, but theatrically cleared. And then where's this going to drop? It will be Hunt. Well, it's the best chance we've seen since the 2 goals that were scored, and it was the left foot of the Liverpool man Hunt that threatened to give England a lead for what would have been the first time.
Well, certainly has been England's best effort since the goal, and Roger Hunt always looking for the flick on for the second ball. Was always on the move, and a terrific effort.
The ever calm Moore gets to the ball first on 2 occasions there before it is Hurst, and again that's the second time it's gone through the legs of the referee. Charlton, a brilliant ball in here, chance for England. It's cleared as far as ball. It was a beautiful ball from Charlton, but the German defence was alert to it, and they're alert going forward now with Held. I think you're quite right, Joe. I think he's been the outstanding German player. So is Zähler here now. Always danger when the captain of West Germany is on the ball. Frequent goal scorer looks for another one here and stretches Banks into the save. Well, Gordon Banks has probably made the 2 best saves of this final.
What a save, and what a strike from outside the box by Uwe Zähler.
Yeah, what a great marksman he is. Only scored twice in this tournament so far, the wins against Spain and Uruguay, but it's will Banks be stretched? Well, he isn't really. This was straight into his claws.
Yes, Haller taking the corner from the opposite side this time. The in-swinger with his left foot, as opposed to the outswinger which he previously played.
Well, the fans here getting ready for their half-time cuppers and coffee or tea or whatever they choose. And there's still time for either of these sides to take a lead back into the dressing rooms. It's a very, very good World Cup final. It might get even better for the English now. This is Coyne in an unusual position, really. Central. Finds Hunt, works it onto his left foot for a shot which was always going to be covered, really. That was rather ambitious from Roger Hunt, and it does break for Zähler as we edge towards that interval. But it's been captivating, and it's been close. Held decides to go back before the West Germans do move forward with Zähler again, often found on the halfway line. Probing ball which had to be taken care of by Charlton. A corner kick here for West Germany with a minute and a bit on the clock. But they could find a second goal here if they can locate somebody in that penalty area in a white shirt. It's a disappointing finale to the move, however. The only people troubled were the cameraman.
England a little fortunate there. They were sleeping as the short corner was played, but fortunately for England, it was a bad cross that came in from Haller.
It was. And that's goalkeeper to goalkeeper. With just one short intervention with the headed back pass. So it's beginning to look as though we will reach the half-time interval here at Wembley Stadium with the final all square. But a fitting occasion, a fitting match for the occasion, as referee Deist points and awards another free kick. He likes to keep hold of the ball. He likes having chats with Alan Ball. And he may be just saying no more, otherwise you'll be in my little black book.
I think he's on his last warning, his Ball.
I think the same. Held. And this will be fired in low. It could have been dangerous. It only needed the slightest deflection, but that's where Banks was strong. He retained his concentration. Charlton, he drifts beyond so effortlessly, doesn't he? A chance maybe for England in these dying seconds of the half.
Certainly direct football there, but nearly came off. England finishing the game strongly, or finishing the half strongly, that is to say.
Yeah, well, we've got through 45 minutes. The referee will blow that whistle for the half-time interval very shortly, as England do press again. And it was knocked back by Hurst. Styles again, the workaholic in the centre circle. Got to be kept in here initially by Ball. That he does. He spins it forward, really, and then he'll look to cross one in. It's just over the top of his colleagues, however, and Zähler breaks once again for West Germany. It's an interesting phase, this. Both sides stretching the game, but both defences coping for the moment as Ball teases this time and then trickles the pass into Styles, and that will be the half-time whistle here. The game is all square at Wembley Stadium. West Germany took the lead through Helmut Haller. Jeff Hurst hit back just 6 minutes later. So as the teams head to the dressing rooms, it is with a scoreline of England 1, West Germany 1.
For the German team.
Oh, heartbreak for those England fans who were ready, poised to celebrate. Instead of which, we're moving into extra time. It really is a question now of resolve and who is going to tire first, who has got the legs to see them through these 30 minutes at Wembley Stadium. The notoriously energy-sapping turf. But the match is still to be won and lost. This one is knocked into a dangerous area. How many times has Charlton been on the end of things? It's Haller's effort. Haller, it seems an eternity ago now, scored the first goal for West Germany today on the 13th minute.
The two fine sides, it's almost a shame to see one of them lose this game.
Yes, I would say this is one of the most exciting World Cup finals. Of course, when West Germany won it back in 1954, they did so 3-2. Helmut Rath with the winner there. Who's going to be the hero and win it for either West Germany or England today? It is Zähler. He slips there just as he was about to pull the trigger. Ball driving on through the middle. He has support left and right. He chooses to weave a position, probably for a shot himself. Alan Ball, and it's tipped over by Tilkovsky. Dramatic moment again, and England could have taken the lead for a second time.
Terrific play there from young Alan Ball, playing in a World Cup final, still as fit as any player on the pitch, and as we go into extra time, he's taking a corner now.
And into that second minute of extra time, the corner, but Germany had it well covered. The ball boys have been smart today as well, as this one is handed over to Emmerich. Haller. Good ball, finds Beckenbauer in space in the centre circle. Beckenbauer for once took his eye off the ball there. And Stellinger appears to have a little bit of a problem with toe, maybe.
No, it's cramp.
Ah, you would know, and it's thumped against the defender. It's a horrible thing for any footballer, is cramp. Horrible thing for anybody. So West Germany's opportunity to take a lead for what would be a second time as well, but resolute England, and here goes such a familiar figure in that stride of his, Charlton. Always immaculate. Some great moments in his career, but victory today would surely crown it as the greatest moment. I don't think this is going to be dangerous because Tilkovsky was always rising above Hurst. Things it to safety. If you look at Tilkovsky hobbling as well, there several players are sort of struggling to get through it at the moment.
It's an aerial challenge, and he's good in the air. He gets there and he punches the ball, but he doesn't look totally happy with it.
Well, he makes a save from Bobby Charlton though, left-footed, and Charlton curses the fact he's not been able to beat the Borussia Dortmund goalkeeper. Charlton's
best shot of the game. You know, he's renowned for his shooting, the accuracy and the hardness of his shot, but we hadn't seen it thus far. Terrific strike.
No, maybe the West Germans can get a strike in here now. Emmerich, it's Styles who is back there. Yes, you refer to Bobby Charlton. He, of course, got one of the goals in the victory over Mexico and a couple against Portugal. And they'll have chances again here now. It's a Hunt. He's full of running as well still. And Tilkovsky flinging himself to the ground. Well, Roger Hunt probably deserves a goal as well, but he's unable to hit the target.
Worked ever so hard. The whole team have. Both sides. They've run themselves ragged on this heavy Wembley pitch.
The crowd still agog, still in a state of flux. Which way is this going to go? We don't have too long to find out now. As Hunt again advances, plays it through there, but the possession is won back again here. Moore definitely tied legs out there. Hurst, he's beaten to it as well by Schultz, and then he gets around Schultz. There is Hurst, and it ends amongst those photographers again. I said earlier they've got the best view in the house, those photographers, and what shots they're going to get on the final whistle when one team is triumphant and the other will be sagging to their knees. So near and yet so far. Ball's corner kick, flighted away from the net, and away by West Germany as well. Haller looks a little slower than he was earlier in trying to get to that one. Charlton will launch it left. It's an opportunity again for the English here. It's away by Schultz. It'll drop to Ball. He loses out as well. The challenges that are going in now are rather desperate, but Germany will attack with Zähler. Across here for this man Emmerich. We've told you all about his power and poise and precision. Balls in as well. And look who's back there to try and win the ball. It was Styles. He's had a great game too. It's a mind test now as well. Who is going to be stronger psychologically? Moore goes for the low pass, but nothing much on for Hurst unless he can win it from Hutchis, which he doesn't. German right back, full of vim still. Haller, which way to go? Checks infield, then he goes outfield again. England retreat. 6 minutes into extra time. Back with Schnellinger. Where's number 3? We're often playing centrally as Beckenbauer thumps a shot against the man who was in close proximity. There's a promising West German raid is this one. It's into the danger area. Once again, Charlton there. Bobby Charlton can't get involved as Jack Charlton was, but Roger Hunt does. It broke kindly for the Liverpool striker. Brilliant ball here, and there's an opportunity for England. Can they find a third goal? Still some way to go, but this one is passed back safely to Tilkovsky. Either side, if they were to go into arrears now, would find it difficult to come back. But it's West Germany's opportunity with Zähler on the ball, as it has been so many times for his country. Beckenbauer. An increasing presence from Franz Beckenbauer, but this time he loses out. Hunt has come deep for the umpteenth time and will play this one across there. No way through for Moore.
Bobby Moore again pops up at left winger.
Yes.
The England captain leading from the front.
Tries to play in a meaningful cross as well. Weber, who got that dramatic goal literally on the final whistle. About 30 seconds of the game to go when Weber forced the ball into the England net from about 3 or 4 yards out. That was all, which has brought us to this situation here now. Wonderful contest, and here is Ziggy Held trying to tip it into Germany's way. Charlton with the lunge, the ball is across in there into the danger area. Banks didn't have to make a save. Chance gone, but Ziggy Held is as dangerous as he was in the first minute.
A lunge was the right word, and he must have been a fraction away from catching Ziggy Held there, which would have been a certain penalty. But nevertheless, Jack Charlton has played very, very well for England today, being king of the air, that's for sure.
Brother Bobby here, the pair of them from Ashington, of course, related to the famous Jackie Milburn. Indeed, the whole Milburn family, a family of footballers. Cousins and brothers playing at the likes of Leicester City and Leeds United. It is England who are looking strong at the minute. It's into the side netting this time, but a warning perhaps from Hunt that he certainly is still alive. And looking for that goal now. You called Roger Hunt a workaholic, I think, earlier, Joe, and he's been an unsung hero in many of the matches.
Yes, he has, and we did mention also it's a shame that Jimmy Greaves also couldn't play in the same side, and it was a hard choice for Alf, I'm sure, Alf Ramsey, who to pick between the two, but his work rate has certainly been justified for Alf's decision.
Ball going on here, still ball, and allows Cohen to have an intervention. You may remember not so long ago Alf Ramsey said England will win the World Cup, which was a very brave prediction. A lot of people doubted him at the time, but they have as good an opportunity as they will ever have. It's England 2, West Germany 2, and we've played almost 100 minutes at Wembley Stadium. And the whole country will be glued to their television sets, apart from the lucky ones who are here on the day. Ball now, a good looking cross in from him, a turn from Hurst, a shot from Hurst. Oh, did that cross the line? Well, Roger Hunt appears to have no doubt. The referee, I don't think he's sure. The Germans here are saying no. Referee Dienst will go across to the linesman, Mr. Bakramov. Jeff Hurst could have got his second goal. It's a goal for Hurst. It's 3-2 England. Dramatic scenes here. The Germans are still complaining, but Hurst is a 2-goal hero at this moment. It is England 3, West Germany 2.
What drama indeed. Great ball in, Jeff Hurst, and is the ball over the West German line? The West German team are saying no chance at all. Roger Hunt has turned away, and he's sure that it was over the line.
And if you go by body language, Roger Hunt's there was interesting. He had no doubts whatsoever and turned away, arm raised. Well, from an English perspective, the decision is a good one. From a German one, not so good, obviously. But they have the ball and still the opportunity to hit back yet again in this absorbing final, which has contained 5 goals in just over 101 minutes. It's still plenty of time for the West German side to come back here. This one is headed away and is picked up calmly by Banks. Hurls it out then. Well, it's been a topsy-turvy final. West Germany taking a 1-goal lead, England hitting back, England taking the lead, and then West Germany equalising right on the 90th minute. And well, I'm sure there will be more drama to come as Peters is on the ball here now. England could be left hanging on. West Germany could force the issue once more as we go to the 102-minute mark. Every minute is crucial now. Picked up there by Beckenbauer. He seems to have had a lot of the ball in extra time already. Played to the right-hand side. Driven against the English defence. Once again, Beckenbauer's in the right place to pick this one up and tries to elude Bobby Charlton. England will be asked to defend solidly now, but they fail to do so. There's a bit of a lunge there, and it's gone to Held. Can't get past the first line of defence, which was Peters, who then loses it, and Held, oh, he's penalised. He might feel badly done to there. A pat on the back from Styles to Peters.
Styles just saying to Peters there, you defend by getting the ball forward, pointing where it's got to go. England just got to keep hold of the ball now to be crowned as world champions.
2 minutes of the first period of extra time remain. The crowd there almost silent at times. It's difficult to say that close to 100,000 people are silent, but they're all worried still, even though it is England that has the lead. Bobby Charlton, in that deep position he occupies behind a traditional centre-forward slot. West Germany will emerge with the ball, and they have an opportunity here. That broke kindly for Emmerich, and his ball in is a dangerous one. It's going back to Banks. The question is, can he keep it from going over the goal line, and he does so. Doesn't take his time either, gets rid of it straight away. Of course, if England were to score a fourth goal, then I think they could say the World Cup trophy would be theirs, the Jules Rimet trophy. This is Ball. Still full of energy. Back again here now. Free kick given. West Germany fearing the worst, looking for their second victory following the one in 1954 against Hungary. In the days of Fritz Walter and company. They've had some fine players down the years. They're not without hope as we move towards the halfway point of extra time. Tilkowski with the throw out. It is slowing down the pace of the game just a little now, but this will be picked up again by Siggy Held. He's confronted by Jack Charlton, who puts his body in the way, making it life difficult for West Germany. Emmerich, though, he went for goal. Good shot.
Well, he's a powerful striker of the ball and dangerous at any time in the game, but with so many tired legs on the pitch at the moment, Emmerich won't be running, he'll just be firing the ball whenever he can.
West Germany still alive without question. England will be the happier maybe to get to the whistle for half time of extra time, and that's exactly where we are. So it is still in the balance here. That is the half time score. England 3, West Germany 2. So away we go again at 15 crucial minutes in the history of the tournament and in the history of these two fine footballing nations. And it is West Germany who have the ball initially with Emmerich. Emmerich rather weakly loses it there for once. That was a tired sort of contribution from the West Germany number 11. This is Overath, nothing tired about his pass in there though. England having to defend against Emmerich's initial challenge. They do so successfully with Cohen. Drives it up towards the halfway line where it's checked in flight by Hurst. Then he finds Ball. Ball out to Hunt here on the left. And Hunt has one German in front of him, but that was successfully defended. Very, very well defended by Schultz, but it breaks to Alan Ball here. Cute little ball from him as well to Wilson, who might still get a cross in. He does so, the Everton left full-back. Beckenbauer, how many touches of that ball has he had today? Oh, useful one in there, but Charlton once again is an obstacle, a tall obstacle.
He's been outstanding, Jack, on the floor and in the air.
Still, we don't know who is going to get their hands on that trophy to be presented by Her Royal Majesty the Queen. And it is West Germany looking for the chance here, but that's not the sort of shot that will beat a goalkeeper of this stature. Gordon Banks playing at Wembley, where he's lost 2 FA Cup finals. He took over from Ron Springett, of course, as the regular England number 1.
His performance today can only be be described as immaculate. He hasn't dropped the ball, he hasn't missed the ball, and he's made 2 or 3 terrific saves. If England do hang on to win this game, he will be one of the heroes.
Well, let's see if they can find another goal to complete the victory. They lead 3-2. Overath is back there defending for West Germany, but only able to run the ball out over the sidelines. But sportingly, he just throws the ball straight to the opponent. George Cohen. I said earlier, it's been played in great spirit, this final. Styles tries to romp his way through. Still a chance for England here. The shot is covered by Tilkovsky. And certainly West Germany could not afford to let Hurst get a hat-trick, which it would have been if that had beaten him. A long ball here, and well, to nobody in particular. Offside anyway. The clock counts down as we move towards the final 12 minutes. That is what separates England from a first ever World Cup win. Never even reached the semi-finals before. 8 minutes will seem a long time to them, but they do have the possession with Hunt. Goes again. This is a cross, but straight to Schnellinger. That was not what England needed. A few hearts in mouths and a few groans around the country, I have no doubt. Beckenbauer. Always danger when he and Held are on the ball, as they are now in unison as well. Emmerich to cross this one in. Solid, England there in defence, and taking their time in bringing the ball out through their captain Moore, who will be the one, if England do win, to step up those famous steps at this famous stadium. And that's a long way away, I'm sure. West Germany and Beckenbauer. Seems to stroll so many times, but plays meaningful passes, unlike that one which is beyond the reach of Haller.
Both sides looking very tired now though, John. You know, obviously the German team will be, the West German team will be pushing forward. They have to chase the game. England should be concentrating now on just keeping the ball.
Well, they are doing by prodding it back to Banks. And he'll bounce it 2 or 3 times now. Thinks of throwing it, chooses to kick. And it's probably a good option at this stage of the contest. Deep inside the opposition half. England still in the possession here with Bobby Charlton. And there to receive again is Hunt. A very good combination for the English, Roger Hunt and Bobby Charlton. Hunt driving in here, trying to forge a way through into the penalty area. It breaks though to ball, so England can continue the momentum here. All depends about the pass in there, which was intended for Peters, but it's touched back to Tilkovsky. West Germany hanging on, but still behind, still the ones needing a goal here. England leads 3-2. We have 10 minutes to go. Held takes up that position on the left. He thinks of the shot, changed his mind, I think. Maybe others will get one in. Pummeled the English defence, but they come out again, emerge with the ball. Charlton slips. Maybe the turf giving way just a little bit as well. Now Ball, ever eager to ask for the ball and to take it on, as he does again here now. Wasting up the time. Seconds ticking down, cross ball in, and Tilkovsky wants it sharply. West Germany know that they've got very little time if they are to be the ones going up those steps to receive the Jules Rimet trophy. Schnellinger says he'll take over. Now Beckenbauer, ditto. Still Beckenbauer. It's not a bad ball, that, and this is roughly the area from which West Germany forged that equaliser in the very last minute of the 90. This one is away first time. How dramatic it was when Weber swept that ball jubilantly into the England net right on 90 minutes, but Wolfgang Weber's dreams evaporating at the moment, but still over 8 minutes to go. Well, Ball will certainly be dragged to his feet by Haller.
This game has been played in a very sporting attitude, considering what's at stake.
Absolutely, it's a good point to make. And Bobby Charlton is drilling a ball across here. Peters can't control it really, just nods it down to the opposition, who will advance through. Beckenbauer trying to find one little gap that they can exploit here. But Emmerich taken up a central station. Ziggy Held goes to, he's flighted that one much too high, to the dismay of the West German colleagues.
I would think that every player on the pitch now, John, is feeling it. You know, the danger of cramp going into these minutes, but what's at stake will keep them going.
A very warm day inside Wembley Stadium, which is a cauldron, I suppose, with all the noise and the atmosphere generally, and the stakes as well, they're so high.
But how quiet has it gone with all the anxiety around England's performance?
That is a strange facet of the day. It's played straight out, which means West Germany can still launch another attack here, starting with Weber's throw-in. And Beckenbauer. You said earlier, West Germany's man of the match, Beckenbauer. He's instigated a move here, which continues, but I think the whistle had gone before the shot came in. For once, the referee agreed with Jack Charlton.
And Banks saved this anyway.
Well, the giant scoreboard, the electronic scoreboard there, which has on it the information for the fans who are not sure what's happening. I can tell them England are leading 3-2, and they are 7 minutes away from recording what would be historic first ever World Cup. But they don't have the ball. Beckenbauer has it. Touches it to his right. Such a dignified player. And it's broken here to Hunt, and he'll slow it down. He'll wait for others to arrive. There's a gallop on his left. It's still Hunt. He'll float it through into the area, but Tilkovsky will get there before Hurst. And he'll throw it out full first time, knowing the urgency of the situation. And it is West Germany who move forward again here now, menacingly. Brilliant intervention once again from Jack Charlton. And a cross in here. Who's going to be on the end of this one? Well, it's into the those photographers again. It was Ray Wilson defending for the English. He picks himself up slowly, groggily, but having done the job. And he's got to keep on doing it for another 6 minutes.
I must say, John, I think England have been somewhat tactically naive, still going forward and trying to get that fourth goal when they just keep the ball. You know, whenever it breaks down, West Germany look dangerous.
A determined contribution there from George Cohen, though. It's left Schnellinger feeling his back, and here comes Ball. He's got 2 men to beat initially, instead of which he passes it to Hurst. The move is reversed now to Charlton. England with plenty forward now. Moore. He'll locate Hunt, who'll probably go for a shot here. It's the good option. Didn't miss by a great deal there for Roger Hunt.
Now, it's a good strike, and he too has worked tirelessly for the England team. Hasn't had so many goal opportunities, but certainly put a working load in.
The clock on your screen says 5 minutes to go. Charlton with the free kick, an opportunity for England here to seal it, but it is back with Tilkovsky again. Both sides, you could say, are hanging on in a way. England in terms of the scoreline, and the Germans in terms of a hope. They will have optimism, bearing in mind they left it so late during the actual 90 minutes of the contest. And it is West Germany's Haller who has the possession now. Toying and teasing. Beckenbauer. Right at the fulcrum of the action. Held. Taking on Styles. Styles will stay with him. Held crosses it in. And a rather ungainly stab, and a very tired stab at the ball there. Carries it out for the goal kick, and it means we have 4 minutes to go in the game. One thing is for certain, everybody who has been here today will never ever forget this day.
It's so quiet now though, John. I know the England fans will be on the verge of a mass celebration tonight. The German fans will be just looking on and hoping there is another late goal for them.
Never ever discount them, and here they have the ball. Across from Schnellinger. Every West Germany player trying to get forward now, including Weber, who remains a hero for that goal on the 90-minute mark. And he now takes this throw in. Well, they're disappointed. The Free kick went England's way, and it is with Hunt again. He's one-on-one here with Schultz. Chooses not to take on Schultz though. That is clever tactically. Keep possession, that's the most important thing here for England. They do lead by 3-2, and they do have ball advancing into the penalty area. It comes off second best, so they are driven out here by Overath. Referee looking at his watch. I can tell him 3 minutes to go, plus any additional moments he wants to add on, of course, for stoppages. Don't think there'll be many, to be fair, but West Germany will not give in. They will put up a fight right to that final whistle. You have to chase this one, however, to keep the ball in play, as Wolfgang Overath does. What a consistent player he is. Beckenbauer thumps one in. A little bit too low. It was never going to get as far as England keeper Banks. But it's good pressure here from Overath. From Schnellinger. Can he find anybody in a white shirt in there? Once again, Jack Charlton, the rock at the heart of the England defence, was the one who cleared the danger.
Roger Hunt back in a defensive position, the striker on the edge of the box, putting the shift in, winning a tackle for his team. He knows that they're just a couple of minutes away.
That is all. 2 minutes to go. And around the country there will be massive celebrations which will go on long into tomorrow, I'm sure, if England do clinch this victory to win the Jules Rimet trophy. They have an opportunity because Alan Ball is on the ball and he strokes it to its left. It's a little light and it's able to be picked up by Schultz, Willi Schultz, and Germany advance again. Is there time still for Helmut Schön's side to rescue this one, to take it to penalty kicks? Schultz now turns up on the right-hand side. A floated ball in, a dangerous one as well. And Banks looked as though he was going to get there. Zayler does indeed. The pressure is still on England here. The ball is floated across and surely will be put out by Cohen for a West Germany corner kick here as we have moved into the last 60 seconds of the World Cup final. Haller to take it. He won't hang around. He'll cross one in here. Banks decides to come and to fist the ball away. Oh, England are so close now. But not there yet by any means. That's given away, sacrificed rather cheaply. Another West German assault here. The ball back into the heart of that zone and chested down by Moore. He was calm as you like. The referee has looked at the watch. He has the whistle to his lips. There are 1 or 2 fans on the pitch. Well, the English players have written their names into history for certain. The fans are celebrating at Wembley, and the players will shortly be stepping forward to receive the trophy and their individual medals. Alf Ramsey, a little pat on the back for every one of them, and everyone a hero. Led by their captain, Bobby Moore. Every footballer must dream of this, and he wipes his hands because he's about to shake hands with Her Majesty the Queen. And Bobby Moore does so. He bows, he accepts the wonderful